Which of the following is not an autoimmune disease? Hemolytic anemia, okay, insulin dependent diabetes, insulin diabetic mellitus, IDDM, insulin diabetic mellitus, myasthenia gravis, Hashimoto's disease. Hashimoto's disease, an autoimmune disease of thyroid gland. Myasthenia gravis, this is actually also an autoimmune disease because of what is called acetylcholine interferase mechanism is affected. Hemolytic anemia, it is not actually, that is not actually, there is hemolytic anemia due to because what we have, that is in the case of erythroblastosis fetalis, where you see that one, normally the lysis of RBCs occur. Now IDDM, that refers to what is called diabetes mellitus type 1. Number 2, diabetes mellitus type 2. So first one, insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. When the amount or concentration of insulin is less in the body, a person develops diabetes mellitus. This is because of deficiency of insulin hormone. So it is not an immune disease. This is because of what is called actually decrease in concentration of insulin hormone. But whereas insulin independent diabetes is an autoimmune disease. The first one, insulin dependent diabetes, it is because of deficiency of insulin hormone. It is not an autoimmune disease. Whereas type 2 diabetes, mostly you see that in some cases genetic in nature, where insulin hormone is present at a normal level, but the cells are not responding. And this is what is called T2 diabetic mellitus, and the first one is called T1 diabetic mellitus or insulin dependent diabetic mellitus. So it is an autoimmune disease, the type 2. So here actually autoimmune disease is the one where the immune system attacks its own cells and molecules. So we have myasthenia gravis, it is an autoimmune disease because of the muscular disease, drooping eyelids. Now the antibodies are produced by what is called actually the thymus gland against its own what is called cells. This is because of a defect in acetylcholine esterase mechanism, that is a neurotransmitter that results in myasthenia gravis. Okay. So these are all some of the examples. Even multiple sclerosis is an example for autoimmune disease. So hemolytic anemia, that is nothing but the destruction of RBCs. It is also a genetic disorder, some cases. Destruction of RBCs leading to anemia, then it's called hemolytic anemia. Insulin dependent diabetic mellitus, what is called type 1, is not an immune disease. T2, that is diabetic mellitus, is an autoimmune disease where actually it mostly because of a genetic disorder. It is being inherited generation after generation, where insulin hormone is present, but what is happening, it is not responding. The cells are not responding to the circulating hormone, hence it's called insulin resistance diabetes. Insulin resistance diabetes. Hashimoto's disease, I mentioned, it is also an autoimmune disease due to the antibodies developed against what is called the secretion of the thyroid gland.